As a mutual fund distributor, we are supposed to manage hard-earned money of our investor. And you and I know very well how important money is in all our lives. The only way through which we are going to show our sincerity and care for our client is through our services. And in this video, I'm going to touch upon 4 important concepts which is going to help you build your services module in an effective manner. Hello everyone, I'm Shobhit. I'm a Fund-based growth expert and founder of Fund-based Growth Club. We are an aspiring community of new age mutual fund distributors who are determined to change how India invests. So the first thing which I want you guys to understand when you are building your service framework which you are going to be offering to your client is to make your customer or investor, I may say, understand what kind of services which you are going to offer. So the first and most important thing is, which I think you need to be very clear with your client, is what kind of financial and non-financial transactions for which you will be providing your service. So it may be investments, it may be withdrawal of money, it may be switching off money from one scheme to another. What are various services which you are going to be providing to your client from the financial transaction point of view? Those you need to be very clear, or you need to make your client very clear from day one. Same way, you need to be very clear what kind of non-financial transactions which you are going to be helping your client with. So it may be changing of address, changing of nominee, changing of phone number, lot of other non-financial issues in which your client will be needing support, and in what aspects you are going to be helping them, that you need to be making them clear. You need to be also be very clear and communicate to your client how and when you are going to be reviewing your client's portfolio, when you are going to be updating your client's portfolio, now when you are going to review their investments or financial plans. So all these things you need to be first very clear with yourself, and then you need to communicate to your client how on these all services parameters you are going to be helping, or what kind of services which you are going to be offering to your client. Same way, you need to also increase or expand your bandwidth. You need to go beyond mutual funds. If you are doing insurance as well, or if you are into insurance advisory, you need to be clear what kind of services which you will be offering from the insurance domain. If you are also into fixed income distribution products like corporate FDs, post office schemes, so those also you need to be very clear. In case you are offering capital gain bonds, then those communications also you need to be making your client very specifically clear, so that anytime he need any services regarding any of the stated services, then you will be the first one to contact. Okay, so you need to be very clear with your client that what kind of services which you are going to offer, or how you are going to be managing them for your client. So once you are clear that what kind of services which you are going to be offering, then other important aspects which you need to be very clear when you are communicating to your client is what is the time frame for your services. So as I discussed with you, suppose you are saying that you are going to be giving a service regarding portfolio reviews or investment portfolio reviews for your client. So you need to be making clear whether you are going to do on a month-on-month basis, quarter-on-quarter basis, year-on-year basis, or so on and so forth. If you are going to be updating your client's portfolio, then also you need to be very clear what should be the frequency in which you are going to be updating those portfolios to your client, whether it is weekly, monthly, fortnightly, half yearly, quarterly, or whatever it may be, but you need to be communicating. You need to be also clear when you are going to be reviewing the investment or financial plan for your client, whether it should be half yearly or yearly, or as and when required. And you need to be also clear when the financial and non-financial transactions you are going to be taking care of. You need to be also making clear to your client from the day one what is the turnaround time for various financial or non-financial transactions. Now, assuming your client has given you investments, beforehand you need to make your client when your client is going to get the NAV, when he's going to receive communication from the company in which you are going to be making investments, when you are going to be updating him in his portfolio, and so on and so forth. In case he is withdrawing money from the day one, you need to be making clear what should be the time frame when he is going to get money, either he is investing in equity funds or debt funds. Similar way for the non-financial transactions, changing of nominee, changing of address, changing of phone number, email ID, some transmission cases, what should be the time frame under which your client is going to get the results or the intimation either from a mutual fund company or from you, so that he will be comfort that you know each and every aspect of this business, but more importantly, you are taking care of each and every aspect of his investments. So the time frame discussion with your client should be very, very clear and communicated from day one, so that your client can appreciate what should be the expectation from the various services which you are going to offer. The third thing which you need to be keeping in mind, you need to be also communicating very, very clearly that what would be the communication modes through which you are going to be communicating with your client. So if you are going to be communicating with your client, what should be the preferred mode? Whether it is an email or a WhatsApp update or on phone or SMSs, those things you need to communicate to your client, so that your client know that whenever any information or updation is going to come from your side, what should be the mode in which he should be checking into. In case he is investing in any mutual fund company or he is having some relation with any mutual fund company, you need to also be communicating with them what are the various routes through which they are going to be updating your client, so that your client is comfortable that the information is landing to him with the right prospect or right mindset. You need to be also making clear that what is the accessibility of yours in case your client needs to communicate with you, whether it should be on the office number, whether it should be on your personal phone number, or what should be the correct timing, or what are the time availability on which day. So if all this communication you are able to make clear to your client is going to respect your time, your client is going to appreciate that you are very, very clear that how you are going to be delivering your service. So I want you guys to put a lot of thought process that how and what way you are going to be communicating to your client, and what should be the easy or comfortable routes through which your clients should approach you, or you should be approaching your client. You need to also ask your client as well, what are the timings in which he will be comfortable discussing with you, or what should be the medium through which he would love to be contacted by you. So if you are able to do this, I believe your client is going to respect your professionalism. My advice is, whenever we are going to communicate with our clients, I want you guys to understand that at least 3 mediums you need to be using, so that if your client misses any one medium, he will be able to see in other medium. If you are able to devise a strategy on this mode, believe me, your client will never miss any communication from you. More importantly, he is going to respect that you have thought out as how you are going to be contacting him and communicating him. So once you are clear on the communication mode, then you need to be also clear on the service mode. If on an online or offline world, how you are going to be servicing your client. So suppose your client wants to invest some money. If you are going to choose an offline or online mode, how your client would be transacting on those environment, that also you need to be communicating to your client from day one. So if you are taking your client through an online mode, or if your client is comfortable doing transaction on online mode, you need to make your client comfortable, which transaction platforms you are going to use, how it is going to operate, so that your client knows and he will not feel awkward whenever you are initiating any transaction. So handhold them from the beginning, educate them, show them a demo, so whenever you are going to initiate any transaction in the online world, how it is going to operate and what is expected from him with the timeline, so that your client will be fully prepared. Same way for the non-financial transactions, how you are going to be helping in online and offline world, those communications also you need to be making very clear, so that your client know and he's not going to have any rude shocks. So you need to be making this communication to our client, and this all encompasses a good service framework which you need to build for your client. Please understand, caring is very important. We all know how money matters are so much taboo in our society. Nobody likes to talk about money. Whoever has shown trust in you, you need to show your commitment, you need to show your sincerity by building a proper service framework. If you are able to keep these four aspects in mind in terms of service types which you are going to provide, and you need to communicate them from the day one, the time frame in which your client can expect the services to be delivered to him, the communication mode through which you are going to be communicating with your clients, and same way you are going to be get educated what are the various communication modes which your client would love to get communicated with, and how you are going to deliver those services either in online world and offline world. Believe me, your client is going to be much more comfortable with you. This is the distinguished factor which we as a mutual fund distributor has to create, which is going to help us in building our long-term relationship. I firmly believe that if you have a proper service framework, then your client is never going to leave you lifelong. So in case you are going to work on these service aspects of your business, in case it is going to help you in building your business in a better way, I would love you guys to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, so that we can reach like-minded people as many as possible. Thank you for watching. I am going to meet you next time.